Jonathan Milam here with the review of a Benge Trumpet. And Benge has got to be one of the most unique trumpets ever made because the original Eldon Benge that made trumpets first in Chicago, and then he moved out to the, I believe, Burbank area and perhaps later Los Angeles, or maybe those are reversed. Anyway, after he ceased making horns, his son did. Zig Canstel then, of course, is supposed to have the mandrel for the horns. UMI originally purchased out the Benge name, and there's been a lot of Benge makers. In fact, rough approximations of the horn, maybe exact approximations, are still being made. It opens itself up to some huge controversy. And this particular horn is probably called a UMI Benge, because that's the consortium that wound up with the Benge name. At any rate, it's labeled a 3-bell, and there are some really nice features to this. One feature, which is a little unusual, is the reversed slant of the second slide. And of course, that was a trademark of the original Benges. Patterned after the French Besson. Everyone back then was trying to copy what must have been a wonderful horn, at least sporadically wonderful. You also have the characteristic slot here on the third slide with the Benge name. This particular horn does have the dump slide, which I think is just a great feature. I really like that on a horn. If you've got your little set screws here on the end of your pitch, you can't pull it out very easily. If there's not a water key there, then you just pull out your third slide dump. But I think it's just an indication of quality craftsmanship when they put that in. It is an extra. It's another piece to fit in. I really do like it. This horn also, I put Curry thin finger buttons on. I like the feel, and it's a nice light look. This particular horn has got a couple of pings right around the bell. There's one, and I thought I saw one more. I've got a ding here, just little tiny things. One thing I do not like is mess along the lead pipe. Clean lead pipe, no red rod. That's one of the first things you look for on a used horn. There's a little dingage here, not far from the place where the mouthpiece receiver goes in. I don't like that, but with used horns, you rarely get one in perfect shape. In fact, one of the best horns I ever had 2 patches on it, and it bothered me so much, I just couldn't get over it. But in retrospect, the reason it was dinged up and patched was because it was a tremendous player. It was a super Olds. This horn, one other thing I did want to mention that really impresses me is I've got the main tuning slide pulled out here almost, I'd say at least a full inch, and they still put silver plating over that. I really like that. They did the same thing on the third slide here. In fact, probably well over an inch, you can see you've got that silver plating. I just think that's an indication of quality craftsmanship. Oh, one other thing I did want to point out, there's a little tiny ping on the first slide, the outer casing here. Does make it kind of difficult to pull the first slide, which I rarely use, but it is nice to have. I've got the third dump pulled out about 1/4 of an inch. It's got the silver plating there. I just like that. I think that's really, it's a feature that I really appreciate. And that way you're not showing the ugliness of bare brass against the beautiful silver plate of a horn. Okay, what more can we say? Nice feel to the valves on this instrument. I like the tone. I am going to be using a Reeves 41M, so it's not a deep cup. It lends itself more to what the Benge feel is, which is a probably brighter and slightly more commercial sound. A great lead sound, but it's got lots of core, plenty of zing. Really a very nice trumpet, all in all. Okay, we'll tootle around. And for those of you, I get comments every now and then, you're not a good player. I'm not a great player. I will readily admit to that. You want great players, check out the Horn Trader, check out Trent Austin. You can check out a guy called Rough Tips, R-U-F-F TIPS, Rough Tips, here at YouTube. They are all great players, and many, many others. I just enjoy trying to share what I've come across with trumpets, and without actually pedaling a horn, trying to give a little review on it. That's my strength. When I get to playing, you can about turn it off, I suppose. But at any rate, we'll give you an idea here what the Benge 3-bell sounds like. I really feel like this horn crosses a good medium. It's not the brightest horn I've ever had, doesn't have the tightest, lightest bell. It's certainly not the darkest horn that I've ever had, but I think it strikes a very good medium there. And now we'll try and play a number. I think it's Great Is Thy Faithfulness, just to give you an idea how it sounds in a real playing situation. Hope you've enjoyed it. Again, that's a review of a great Benge horn, the 3-bell. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, God bless.